YouTube channel. My name is Tobiola Tunji. On this channel, I upload sewing tutorial. I talk about sewing tips, sewing tricks, and business idea as a fashion designer and as a tailor. Today, I'll be talking about things you need to do in this year 2023 for you to upgrade and escape underpricing as a fashion designer, as a tailor. Let's get to it. The first one, you need to understand the basics as a fashion designer. A lot of fashion designers don't understand the basics. They just know that this is drafted this way. They don't know the reason why it is drafted this way, or this is the way my boss used to cut this clothes. They don't know the reason why it is cut that way. So you need to understand the basics very well. Okay, if you are thinking, oh, my boss didn't teach me this way, my boss didn't tell me the reason why, you can do more findings. There are videos on YouTube you can watch. If you watch it, then even if you understand the basics, you can be able to take on advanced style and even create your own design, create your own unique way of sewing, your own unique way of cutting. It will be easier for you that way. The second thing you need to do is for you to second thing you need to do as a fashion designer is for you to invest in yourself. By investing, what do I mean? Improve yourself, improve your sewing skills, improve your drafting skills, improve the way you sew, improve the way you cut, improve the way you draft. When I say improve your sewing, like watch tutorials how a new style is being drafted. Don't stand in one place. As a fashion designer, if you are stagnant in this business, you can't make it. So fashion is dynamic. You have to be dynamic also. The way fashion is advancing, evolving every day, evolve with it. Be willing to learn, be willing to research, be willing to know more about what you already know. The third one I'll be talking about is for you to learn, unlearn, and relearn. As a fashion designer, you need to learn. Yes, most of us have learned. We know how a basic bodice is being drafted. We know how to cut a pant. We know how to cut a shirt, but we have to unlearn some things and relearn. Most of us where we learned fashion designing is from maybe an old man or an old woman, or when we learned fashion designing, it has been years ago. The way they sew in 2012, they don't sew like that in 2023. The way a peplum is being sewn in 2012 can't be sewn like that in 2023. So you have to advance, know more. You have to unlearn some things and relearn some things. What I mean by relearn? Watch a lot of YouTube video, relearn a lot of things. Okay, you know how to cut a peplum, but you don't know how to cut a flounce. Imagine if a customer comes and maybe the gown has a flounce, you now use a peplum for it. It won't come out nice. It might look the same. It won't even look the same because a flounce is smaller than a peplum. A peplum is bigger than a flounce. So it will look somehow. And you know how to, you might know how to sew, know how to cut, be very good. But because you don't want to learn, relearn, and unlearn, you will lose a lot of customers. The customers that you have in the year 2000 can't be the same customers you have in the year 2023. Your customers have to have improved. You can't have like 10 customers in year 2000 and you have 10 customers in 2023. If you should relearn, unlearn, and learn, if you should learn, relearn, and unlearn, you have more customers, you have more income. More customers means more income as a fashion designer. The fourth one I'll talk about is overcome your limitation. As a fashion designer, okay, you know how to sew, you sew strictly for female, but you don't know how to sew a bustier, and you didn't even bother to learn how to sew a bustier. If you are sewing a basics, just simple gown, yes, you have your own customer, but imagine if you are sewing a bustier, you know how to sew a bustier, you have more customers, and your customer will even recommend you to a lot of their friends that way. So overcome your limitation as a fashion designer. Always challenge yourself as a fashion designer. Try to take on advanced styles Advanced styles are being sold by humans like you. Okay, you don't have the same brain, but have you tried it? Have you tried to improve on your sewing skills? Have you tried to take on advanced styles? No, you have to try to take on advanced styles. The fifth one, which is the last but not the least that I'll talk about, is using the right material for the right fabric. Imagine a customer bring a cloth to your place and you know that this fabric is not strong enough. Instead of you to use a lining to back it up, or as a male, you know the fabric the customer brought to you is not strong enough. Instead of you to use gum stay, air stay and things like that to back up the fabric for it to stand well and for you to bring out the design you want to use it for. No, you won't use it. Why? You'll be like, oh, the customer didn't say I should use it. You, as a fashion designer, you have to know what to use on a fabric once you touch it or once you see it. If you want to sew a style, imagine you want to sew a bustier and you are using gum stay for the bustier instead of breast pad, instead of wadding rather, or cup. It won't come out nice. It will look somehow. So don't use the wrong material for fabric. You always use the right material for the fabric, for a fabric. Okay, I will give you this last tip. This will be like an extra tip for this video. Use the right wool for the right fabric. Imagine sewing a white dress and using a black thread to look somehow. Even you as a fashion designer, okay, it might be the fashion, it might be the style rather, except if it's the style, that is when you can play around with colors, but always use a matching thread for a fabric. No matter what, try to use a matching thread or something similar to the color. Or there are sometimes you won't see the exact color, but you might see a color that is you might see a color that is very similar to that fabric. Always use a matching thread for every fabric. Thank you. This will be the end of today's tutorial.